everyone. So this video is a little different than usual. It's a tutorial video and I will be showing you how I make my doll sets and what my process is. So let's get started. First, you need a blank set of dolls, of course. You can get some from my Etsy shop or somewhere else, it's all up to you. And then you need to pick a topic. So you could pick your family, your favorite movie or TV show, game, book, or your own original characters. The possibilities are endless. And then you need to decide the order of the characters you'd like for your dolls. You can choose what kind of order you'd like, such as main character as the largest character as the largest, or something else as the largest doll, like a house or something. Or maybe just go by your favorite characters in that order. If you get stuck because you have 4 or 6 characters you would like on a set of 5 dolls, get creative. Put 2 characters on 1 doll, or make the smallest doll a pet, an item, or a symbol. And then this is really important, you need to get your reference photos. I usually pick multiple photos for a character. I may decide that one works best for the face of the character and the other works best for the clothes or outfit. And always make sure that the photos are good quality, especially for larger dolls. And then you can go ahead and start sketching. I usually just use a regular pencil for this. After you're satisfied with the sketch, start outlining the dolls. What I use is drawing pens for it. I use fine tip ones for small details like the eyes. And don't worry if you make a mistake at this point, I always do. I always mess up somehow. But that's alright because you can always paint over it and then hide your mistakes. And at this point, you can decide whether or not to erase the sketch or not. I am usually lazy and I just paint over it. If you erase it, I recommend using a gum eraser. They tend to work better. And after that, you can start painting. I tend to use acrylic paint for the dolls, but I'm sure you could try using other paints. I'm just not sure how it'll turn out. And feel free to paint over the outline. Don't worry, because you can always outline it again once the paint dries. That's what I always do. Make sure you avoid leaving clumps of paint on the dolls. Spread out the paint as soon as possible because it dries fast, at least from my experience. And feel free to keep adding layers until you're satisfied with how it looks. What I do is I add the backgrounds last. I just find it easier. And some background ideas I like to go for are like sky blue, maybe colors and themes used in promotional photos. And sometimes I just go for one color simple backgrounds. You could also do a gradient style background like darkest to lightest, or completely different backgrounds for each doll. It's completely up to you. Once the paint is completely dry, you want to make sure it's 100% dry before you do this, you can outline your dolls again. This makes the art look more crisp and clean. At this point, I recommend opening your dolls. I do this because they sometimes get stuck if there's some paint between the top and bottom. And you want to do this because you don't want to varnish the dolls. if there is paint stuck in, or else it's super hard to separate. It's not fun. And after that, and the dolls are all dry, it's time to varnish them. This is my least favorite thing to do because of the smell, but it is worth it, trust me. The varnish gives it a glossy look and it protects the paint. Make sure to wear gloves and a mask though. I use a sponge brush for this too, so that way I don't ruin my paintbrushes. At this point, make sure you don't touch the dolls until they're completely dry. I know this is going to be tempting. I know I get tempted to touch them, but it's not a good idea. You don't want to get any varnish on your hands. It usually takes about 12 hours from my experience for them to be completely dry. And after that, you can always add more layers of varnish if you need to. I find I usually need to add 2 to 3 coats depending on the dolls. And then it's done. And they're complete. Feel free to let me know if you have any other questions or suggestions in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day.